on a no heat call. I already got the unit opened up. This is a Goodman gas furnace. Going to turn the power on, and we need to close this blower door switch. But before I do that, I'm going to jump out the heat because I don't want to wait for the time delay on the thermostat. So we have no power coming to the unit. Blower switch is hooked up. No light on the control board. I'm going to put one alligator clip on R and other alligator clip on W. So this is going to be my jumper. I'm just connecting R and W, which should send a call for heat and turn the blower motor on, the inducer, and all that good stuff. And I'm not sure what's going on here. I'll deal with that later. This is for the float switch that's disconnected, but I'm just going to grab a piece of thermostat wire. Shove this into the blower door switch. Just like that. Inducer motor on. See if our pressure switch closes. Pressure switch closes because our flame igniter came on, or our hot surface igniter. Heard the gas valve open, but failed to light. And this is going to try 2 more times to light before it goes into lockout. And the reason it's not lighting, because I didn't check to see if the gas is on. I'm not sure why this is turned off. Make sure no one unhooked anything anywhere. You'd be surprised. Apartment maintenance techs do some crazy crap. Okay, now let's try again. 3rd time's a charm. All right, we are burning. Flames are on. Now, shortly, the blower motor should kick on. And I always have this laying around whenever working on gas furnaces. Just heard the switch for the blower motor. The blower motor's not coming on. So eventually this is going to lock out because it's going to get too hot. Next step, turn off the furnace. Now I still have one low voltage connected to red, and I'm just going to keep that connected, and then I'm going to go to G, which on this configuration is for the fan. On most it's going to be G, but always check your wiring diagram. Here's my wire coming from the blower motor, the high-speed wire. And I'm going to remove this. This is for heat. And I'm going to remove the cool. And I'm also going to find the neutral coming from the blower motor, and I'm going to remove that from the board. And I'm going to hook my test leads up to one to the neutral and one to cool high and one to heat high, and check for 120 volts. And just to make sure you can see where I'm going to be putting my other test lead, right there in between the 2 pinks from the neutral bus, neutral bar, and the other ones are going to go to cool high and heat high. Power back on right now, and you can hear it clicking, like You can hear that relay clicking on this board. And I want to see if we have 120 volts. This is going to tell us if our blower motor is the problem or if the board is the problem. One test lead on hot, the other on neutral. Make sure they're firm. 0 volts, 0 volts. Power's going off. Now you can check the capacitor, but I don't really see a need to check the capacitor because we're not even getting power. So next thing I'm gonna do, here's the motor, and this is an 8-foot cheater cord that I made, and it's pretty versatile. It helps me out a lot in troubleshooting many different things. Power is still off. What I'm gonna do is hook this up directly to the motor and then plug it in and see if it comes on. And let's go with high heat since that's what season we're in. I'm gonna manually plug it in and see if it comes on. I'll go for it. Yeah, blower motor's fine. So it's the board. I'm gonna bypass it. I'm gonna bypass the blower motor part. What I have here is a 9340 relay with a 24 volt coil. And if we're looking at this relay, this bottom part here is the coil, and the top part's gonna be the switches. And we have normally open between this contact and this contact. Same on this. Same on this side, and the diagram's kind of hard to see, but that's how it is. From here to here, these contacts are normally closed, and these will open if this coil is energized. I'm gonna go ahead and mount this on here, and we'll walk through how to hook it up. Please keep in mind, this is only gonna work for heat. We cannot operate cooling and heating with just one relay. We'd need an extra relay to do that, to operate the fan in both modes. Also, this is just for the fan only. We are only bypassing the fan relay that is bad on this board. I'm gonna remove my jumpers briefly. And the wires I'm gonna be connecting off of this terminal block is one common, this blue one, and one white. I've got some thermostat wire right here. I'm just gonna strip back 2 of these wires. I'm gonna use blue and white. And also I wanted to let you know that this is not gonna be a direct replacement for the controlling of the board, because there's not gonna be any type of delay on like the control board has, so the fan will come on immediately. But this is just for emergency, and the heat function should still work even with the blower motor fan running before the normal sequence of operations for gas furnaces. Now you could use something like a heat sequencer with a delay if you wanted to, if you wanted the delay. hook up some spades. Tiny tug, and then on each side of the coil goes the spades. Just like that. Now for our high voltage, we're going to do the normally open because we don't want the blower motor running 24/7. So here is our power going to the blower motor, and this is heat speed, and this is going to be open right here. Now we need power. We need to power this side of the switching relay. So what we need to do is to borrow some 120 volt, and this is on the outgoing side of the blower door switch that I bypassed earlier. So I'm just going to cut here, and I've got a spade ready to go, piece of wire ready to go. Strip this back and strip this back, and then connect all of these together. Now we're going to take this and hook it up to that side of our switching relay. So when we get a call for heat, this white wire energizes. Common wire is always going to be going to here. There's nothing blocking that because that comes right off of the transformer. White wire energizes. This coil energizes when the white wire energizes, which closes this contact, which makes this wire one. And that should supply power to our blower motor. Let's get a call for heat, and you can turn the thermostat on. You don't have to jump out the thermostat like I'm doing. You can just turn the thermostat on and wait if it has a time delay. But let's see if this works. Power on. Blower comes on immediately. Like I said, there's no time delay. There's our inducer fan. And we want to make sure our carbon monoxide meter is going once this fires up. Again, that's not a way to check for proper combustion. The only way to do that is with a combustion analyzer. There's our flame rod, and our flame is on. So it had no problem starting up even with the blower motor running. It shouldn't anyway. If it does, that probably means there's a crack in the heat exchanger, which would be no bueno. So if you really, really wanted to hook this up to bypass the blower portion to where it would go on cool and heat, check out this wiring diagram. This is kind of how I would wire it to do that, and it would work if you wired it in this configuration. But again, you won't have the time delay for the heat motor. You won't have the extended time unless you add like a time delay switch or something. Unless you add use a sequencer or a time delay switch. And just for this single bypass, it doesn't have to be a 9340 switching relay. If you're only doing one, it could be a pump relay. It could be a contactor. It really doesn't matter as long as the coil voltage is good, and as long as it doesn't exceed the rated nameplate of the amperage on the motor. Like some commercial motors, you better have the right relay. Maybe even use a contactor. I forgot to add, if you're really in a jam and don't have a relay or contactor, you can just directly wire the blower to 120 volt, like I did with the cheater cord. That'll run all the time, but in a pinch, in an emergency, if you need heat and it's freezing out, that'll get you going. But that's gonna do it for me on this repair. Let me know what you would have done, or if you think I'm an idiot or whatever, just let me know in the comments. Always appreciate everybody watching. Thanks so much. My name's Dave. See you on the next one.